They say running a marathon changes you, but no one ever tells you how. It's not about running 42 kilometers. It's about the days when you want to give up. The mornings you run in the rain. The moments when grief hits harder than exhaustion. I didn't run this race to prove I'm fast. I ran to prove I could keep going, even when life slowed me down. A mother of 3, a busy life, a heart full of memories, and one promise I had to keep. This is my story of how I trained, struggled, cried, laughed, and finally crossed the finish line of the Berlin Marathon 2025. For my dad, for myself, and for everyone who's ever started something they weren't sure they could finish. Because sometimes the hardest races aren't the ones you run with your legs, but the ones you run with your heart. Hey everyone! Welcome back to our travel journal. My name is Andrea and I'm a mom of 3, traveler and now officially a marathon finisher. You followed us around the world through China, Qatar and so many other places. But this time the journey is a little different because this one's not about exploring a new country. It's about exploring limits, my own. So let's get back to where it all began, with a goal, a pair of running shoes, and a promise I made to myself. So, why a marathon? Honestly, because I needed a challenge big enough that I couldn't just quit halfway. After traveling the world for 11 months, including months in a camper van in Australia, I felt sluggish. I needed something to push me back into shape. But there was another reason. My dad. He was a marathon runner. He ran Berlin 10 times and many more. And I think I wanted to make him proud.
Kommt ihr mit mir mit? Hier vorne ist nämlich mein Grabstein zu sehen.
Even though he suddenly passed away 2 weeks after we'd recorded these clips, about 2 months before the race, I know his spirit was with me. Have you ever started something difficult because you wanted to prove something? Maybe even to yourself? I didn't have much time. Between 3 kids, work and daily chaos, I knew I needed a realistic plan. So I made one, with the help of ChatGPT. Originally, it was designed for 5 training sessions a week. But at some point I had to cut down. 3 runs a week, 1 tempo run, 1 interval session and 1 long slow run on Sundays. Sometimes it worked, sometimes life got in the way. But I kept showing up. That's what counts. How do you stay consistent when life gets busy? There were days I didn't want to move. Days when grief hit harder than fatigue. Losing my dad suddenly took a lot out of me. But running became my therapy. Step by step, breath by breath, I felt more and connected to him again. And of course, there were injuries. A sore knee here, a flu there, missed weeks, frustration, doubt. But I reminded myself, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Do you believe challenges make us stronger or just remind us what we can handle? Yeah, my family didn't really get it at first. Why it had to be a marathon? What's a marathon in the first place? But they supported me in their own ways. The kids knew that Sunday meant Mama's long run. Sometimes I even squeezed in a quick run during Emmett's piano lessons. And my brother, my running partner, was the best accountability partner I could have asked for. Who in your life pushes you to become your best self? Share this video with them to tell them you thought of them. The morning of the marathon, I was nervous. My stomach hurt, my heart was racing. I almost threw up. Everyone around looked like pros, and I wondered, what am I doing here? By the time we got to the runner's entry area, the pro athletes had already started and even passed the 7K mark. My brother Martin and me were about to start in the last block only, so there was time for a quick restroom stop. And then we made our way to the starting line. It took about an hour, in which the energy and excitement level grew steadily. But when the music started and I looked around, I realized we were all nervous. We were all here to chase something.
Two, one, go! 51 Berlin Marathon 2025. Viel Spaß, liebe Freunde. Enjoy your race! This one for them good girls, straight next to beat. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent, and gotta kiss myself, so pretty. I'm too hot. Come on, beats in the fire, man, I'm too hot.
Okay, die eigentliche Challenge ist nicht das Laufen, sondern wie schnell kann ich die Kamera halten. Das ist super. 2 Kilometer. Kilometer 40 aufgenommen.
Ja, genau.
And while we just started, the fastest runner came close to kilometer 38 already. How crazy is that? Running next to my brother, we danced, we sang, we laughed.
Okay. 5K, check. First water stop, check. Feeling?
Huh?
Feeling? Great. Hot?
Good.
Great.
A little shadow side.
Whenever there was shade, we tried to use it because it was indeed brutally hot. 27, 28 degrees in the shadow. But the atmosphere was amazing.
Ich weiß, es ist sexy, aber ich weiß ja nicht. Hey, 10K. Woo! Feeling good.
Yes.
Das ist Stimmung. The atmosphere is great.
Due to the fact that the bibs had our names, strangers cheered for us personally. That was incredibly uplifting. When you see this, how does it make you feel? Could you imagine taking place? Meanwhile, Alpe and the kids had moved to the 15K mark, looking for Martin and me.
Schreien, schreien, schreien.
All right, kilometer 21. Now it's going downhill. How are you doing?
Pretty heavy, pretty warm. But it's fine. We'll make it.
I'm feeling good right now. I had a low at around 12, 13 kilometers because it was very hot. But now it's fine at the moment. So let's go.
Yeah, the sun was brutal. But seeing the family and other people cheering again and again gave me the biggest energy boost ever.
Hello.
Habt ihr auch Spaß?
Ja.
Okay, jetzt geht's bergab.
Around kilometer 23, Martin cramped up at a water station. He had told me to stick to my pace, and I was sure that he'd catch up at some point again. But from that moment on, I was alone. Well, but also not, because I could feel my dad with me every step, and many other runners in front of me, next to me, and behind me. If you've ever finished something you thought you couldn't, what moment do you still remember most? Let us know in the comments.
Less than a kilometer left. My legs hurt like crazy, but who cares? I lost my brother, but I made it.
5 hours and 7 minutes after starting, I crossed that line. It wasn't just about running, it was about finishing something I started, for myself and for my dad. And then I waited for Martin, because I knew he had to come at some point. And he did.
Frage, wer hinter Gitter geblieben ist. Na ihr? Na ihr? Wir haben's geschafft! Wir haben's geschafft!
Yes, we did it. My legs hurt in places I didn't even know existed. But underneath that pain was pride. The quiet kind that sits in your chest and keeps making you smile. Because every ache reminded me I did it. I didn't just dream of running marathon, I actually ran one. And somewhere along the 42 kilometers, I realized this wasn't just about running. It was about healing, growing, and proving that we can keep moving even when life gets heavy. So what's next? For a day and a half, stairs became my enemy. And then I noticed that dancing through the pain helps. And so does laughing. By the way, I already signed up for the Hamburg Marathon 2026, right in my own city. But there's one more thought that keeps buzzing in my head. The Sydney Marathon. On the other side of the world. What do you think? Should I sign up? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for following this journey. It means so much more than you know. Whether you've been here since our world travels or you're just joining now, thank you. Because in a way, you've all been running this race with me. Thank you for being part of our travel journal.